Absolutely. Good to see you guys. Thank you.
First off, how are you feeling coming into this event?
I feel good. I'm excited to get back. It's been a good track to me the last two seasons in both 2019 and last year in 20. It was obviously a strange year in 2020, but the fact that we got back to St. Pete and we were able to compete to end with the season finale was actually quite fun. It added a lot of pressure with a street course environment to cap the year off. So I love that place. It's a great event for us in IndyCar, always a highlight. So excited to get back.
Any pressure to defend your championship, or is just another day at the office for you?
Well, I think it's just another day. I kind of keep it boring, but they're all important. It's almost like having a bunch of kids. Like they're all important to you. And it's the same when it comes to races across a whole championship. There's not one race that really makes or breaks it. It's a culmination of all of them. So you normally got to start the year off pretty strong. That's the goal at St. Pete when we traditionally have it as our season opener, is to get out of the gates really strong, get some points on the board, get everyone feeling really good about the year and confident, that we can challenge throughout the entire season. So that's, I think, really the catalyst of what St. Pete can be. But yeah, it's like any other day. I don't think we try and put too much pressure on it more than any other race.
What kind of race can your fans expect to see this weekend out of you?
Well, St. Pete, it's a challenging track for avoiding the chaos. Normally in turn one is chaotic to start the event. If you can get through that, then you're normally off to hopefully a good day at the track. If you don't get through turn one, then obviously it'll end pretty early. But the tough thing about it is you get through that first start, feeling good about things, get settled in, and then maybe you'll have a restart at the end of the race, and you're like, oh no, I gotta do this all over again and try and get through it one more time. So it's not even trying to not make a mistake yourself at St. Pete and keep the car out of the wall, but it's almost trying to avoid everyone else's mistakes,
Right.
protecting yourself. So I think chaos is always around the corner there, which is exciting. It's thrilling, but nerve wracking for us inside the cockpits.
I bet. As the only American to win the Formula Ford Festival in England, how did that prepare you professionally for the Indy Lights and then obviously for the NTT Indy Car Series?
Well, it was really fun for me as a young kid to go over to England. I was 16 at the time, and just enjoying every moment I had inside of a race car. And when you're young like that, you're growing up and you're loving racing, and you get to go to a completely different place that you're not familiar with. For me, that was England. It's to compete in a really famous race. It was the Formula Ford Festival is always been a big springboard for huge Formula One stars, whether it's Michael Schumacher or Ayrton Senna. And traditionally there's not been a lot of Americans to go compete in the event. So to come in as kind of an outsider, and to challenge everybody from our country was really exciting. And then to end up winning it and being still the only American that's ever won it, which is surprising to me, but it was definitely a springboard to Indy Lights, like you said, and eventually IndyCar.
Well, Indy's racing's been very popular in this country for a long time, but do you find that it's really important for more Americans to become champions to really get the sport even higher at a higher place in this country?
I think it's definitely important to have American talent in the sport. I don't think it's the end all be all for the popularity of it. I quite like that we have a strong international flair to our series. We've always been a racing championships that wants to bring in the best of the best from around the world. We're not a championship just filled with American drivers. And I've always appreciated that. When I was growing up, I wanted to compete against the best of the best. Sure, I think it's nice to see an American winning the championship. I think that's important for some people, but I also know a lot of fans in the United States that, their favorite driver is maybe from England or from Australia or from Japan. So I don't think it's an end all be all that you have to be an American. But it is nice, for some of the real strong hometown pullers that they have an American presence in there and that they're doing well.
All right, once again, we're talking with IndyCar racer and champion Josef Nikolai Newgarden. Oh, you know what, Joseph Nikolai? What's the origin of that middle name for you? Is that a family member? Is that a family name?
Yeah, I'm half Danish. My mom is fully Danish. My dad's fully American. So I got a little bit of Scandinavian flair in there. That's what you're picking up on.
All right. Well, thanks for your time today, Joseph, and good luck this weekend. And once again, thanks for talking to Sports Talk Florida. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. Take care.